Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. freedomsphoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and freedomsphoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at freedomsphoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, phoenix.com. freedomsphoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, from the beautiful studios of Freedoms with an S, freedomsphoenix.com. My guest, Carrie Ann Citron from the Goldwater Institute. We're talking about, do you live on the wrong side of the power line? Now, it depends. What happens is you have two competing entities. One, Arizona Public Service, is a private company that's heavily regulated by the Arizona Corporation Commission. The other is Salt River Project, SRP. It's been around for over 100 years. That is, in itself, its own government. And the more you look into that, you're just like, man, what the heck, you know? So this is free market. Man, it wasn't here from the beginning in Arizona. They'd be making sure your money goes where they want it. Now, they're talking about Salt River Project in relation to renewable energy, and they say officials in the SRP voted Tuesday to review the SRP Sustainable Portfolio, a policy put in place in 2004 and revised in 2006 that sets guidelines for the utility to get 15% of its energy from renewable power sources and conservation by 2025. They agreed to conduct a series of public meetings. But they're more free than a privately owned company. They are not mandated by the corporation company. They're not, said, yeah, we had a meeting and pinky swear and we love green plants and everything, go away. Now, SRP is not under the control. Heck, they are their own government. That's a whole nother, many do documentaries on that. I would love to participate. But the Arizona Public Service, they're a heavily regulated corporation that has to charge you whether they want to or not. So this is where we're at. My concern is this. When all this is going on, you're going to have a jobs bill that's going to come in that they are going to, and I'll just read this to you. Arizona legislators make job growth a priority for state, help likely for private sector to boost hiring. Business leaders are confident they will get some form of help. Glenn Hammer, president of the Arizona Chamber of Commerce and Industry, said, we are very bullish that over the next session, and probably earlier than later, there is going to be an opportunity to get a landmark job package to the governor's desk for her signature. Details of a prospective job bill have yet to emerge, but it is expected to be part of an economic development package that will offer business tax reductions and other incentives. And that's where the money's going to be at, to encourage companies to remain here and expand and make the state more competitive and luring firms from other states or countries. Let me tell you, you want to do that? This is how you do it. Get the heck out of the way. Stop trying to socially and economically engineer everything. It's not about who gets engineered and how and what. It's stop doing it. Stop having stop having controls. Stop having meetings. Stop having to get approval. Stop having to get licenses. Stop taxing. Stop. This is not about that. It is about who gets the money, not about creating a better environment for the people that live here. I guarantee it, and I'm going to be watching the Goldwater Institute on this. Carrie Ann, do you have a comment?
I don't have a comment from the Goldwater Institute on the economics or the policy, that type of policy legislation. Really, the only thing I can speak about is the constitutionality of course, the Corporation Commission's actions and our other lawsuits. Really, my expertise is just on the legal aspects of what we've done in our cases so far and what we're thinking about.
Well, what do you think of that?
As far as the economics of it, we do have in-house economic experts that I'd be happy to connect you with.
Bring them on, bring them on, bring them on. Now, on the Constitution, and anybody that's known me for any amount of time, I've been suing on this kind of stuff for 20 years. And I'll tell you, they don't care. They do whatever it is they want. And the success of the Goldwater Institute and the Institute for Justice is that you guys have been very smart in making sure you make yourself available to the public like this, and you articulate a philosophical basis behind the positions that you take. And, of course, that you have the Constitution on your side. It gets to the point that the judges that were normally, and I'll say this, you can call them, I don't know, whatever definition you want to make them, but they rule differently when they know they're under heavy scrutiny. In my opinion, what is your opinion?
Well, we certainly hope that when we catch policies that we think are unconstitutional or legislation or actions by city officials that we think violate the law, we hope that we catch them before things are final. And we do write letters, and we do sometimes go to council meetings and let the officials know when we think there's a problem with something. And if the officials proceed anyway, then we will certainly follow up with a lawsuit.
Tell me about that. I mean, when you deal with these people, I'm an activist. I mean, I've been, face these guys a long time. And I get the impression that unless you're you got some political push-pull and have a bucket full of votes or something, or money, they couldn't possibly care less what you think. So I'm wondering where you think your biggest armor is, your biggest ammunition.
Well, a lot of times it certainly feels like we are not being heard, but really the great thing about the Goldwater Institute is our litigation center that we started up just a couple of years ago, and really adds a lot of bite to our bark, so to speak. So when we do tell legislators that they're violating the law or they're not following, what statutes and the Constitution mandates, we can follow up then and file a lawsuit when necessary to make sure that the court orders that the law be followed.
Wow, I'm good luck. I want to, applaud you guys for doing it. It's better you than me. And I'm just looking at from a philosophical standpoint. I'm very encouraged. Whoever you think, I'll have my producer go ahead and contact with you, and you got a name or somebody's willing to talk about this philosophically, because I can see where this is going. It doesn't matter what the Constitution says. We've gone through this for decades, okay? And I'm telling you and everybody in the audience this one thing. There is a very clear message from the powers. We do whatever the heck we want. Get on board, get out of the way, or get run over. Now, the only reason that they won't be able to do this is because there's no more money. Where does the money come from for these economic development? Now, they can reduce taxes. They can eliminate and do some kind of incentives for that. But I'll guarantee this legislation is going to come with, lumps of money you can qualify for, and somebody's going to give something to somebody. Transfer of wealth. Now, the Corporation Commission, their role in this, as you study this, and them talking about alternative energy, is it for what? For us to be independent as a state, we just want to be perceived as green. We're just doing our part. It's 10%, kind of that campaign they did out of the United Kingdom where they're blowing up little kids if you don't do it. I mean, what is their reasoning for this? What's the long-term plan?
Well, that's a great question, and I really can't speculate too much about why they've done it. I'm just have the same kind of questions that you do, especially when we look at the kind of policy that the Commission set rigid and straight for many, many years and decades to come, because we know that technology changes, and of course we know that prices change. So to adopt a policy that doesn't allow for any flexibility really is just beyond my ability to give reasons for, too.
No, I understand perfectly. It's to be able to create a bucket of money, and all they're doing now is the plumbing. And it's going to, long time in the future, count on it, this guy right here. And I guarantee guarantee that's what's going. Guarantee. Or what's today's date? It's the 17th of January, Monday, 2011. Ernie said. Okay, here it. I ain't even seen the legislation. I already know. So it's just follow the money. It's always about that, even when you don't have any. Carrie, I want to give you an opportunity to promote the Goldwater Institute, let people know where to go and what you guys are about, and of course the Sharf Norton Center for Constitutional Litigation. Go ahead and take a minute to go ahead and explain that to us, and we'll give you a plug.
Sure. Well, listeners can visit our website, goldwaterinstitute.org, for more information. The Sharf Norton Center for Constitutional Litigation is part of the Goldwater Institute. Our other policy areas are education, tax and fiscal policy, and constitutional studies. And again, our website is goldwaterinstitute.org.
goldwaterinstitute.org. Carrie Ann Citron, she's an attorney there for the spinoff there, the Institute's Sharf Norton Center, which is Evan Sharf and John Norton, some people that have been, wanting to make sure this kind of stuff gets done. And I give you the money, you put my name on it, then you got some money and go do it. So I guess that's how it worked out for constitutional litigation. She works with Clint Bullock, one of the founders of the Institute for Justice. So they got some brain power back there. And I'm just, how much they need somebody out here just going, well, I'm a teeth gritting SOB. They do more socialization of this economy. Oh, I'm going to point it out. Thanks, Carrie, for coming on. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence in just a little bit. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.